YouTube. How's everybody this evening? I hope you are doing well. The plan tonight is to make deep dish pizza in the Casserole Crock pot. I have 1.5 cups of warm water to dissolve my yeast in. I have 3 teaspoons of yeast. I have 2 teaspoons of salt and a half teaspoon of sugar and a half cup of canola oil. You can use the oil of your choice. 4.5 cups of flour. Going to put everything into the blender and blend away. Let's get on to the next step. The plan is to mix the dough till it forms a ball. The mixer is struggling a bit. Let me get my spatula to press the dough back down into the mixer. Yeah, making good progress now. It's struggling, but it'll do the job. Gotta let it work. Once the dough is mixed, I'll turn it out into a bowl, cover the bowl, and put it in the refrigerator overnight and let it double. I'll show you that next step in a moment. I've got a nice result. I'm going to form it into a nice ball and put it into this bowl that I've oiled with the canola oil. I'll put the ball into the bowl and cover it with a towel and put it in the refrigerator overnight. When I get up in the morning, it will be ready to make the deep dish pizza. That's the plan. So we'll see you back in the morning. Here are my ingredients for my meat lovers deep dish pizza. I'm going to cook it in this my new crock pot casserole cooker, slow cooker. I have fresh mushrooms, green pepper, sweet onion, mild Italian sausage. I'll take it out of the casing and cook it together with the sweet Italian sausage and the sirloin ground beef. I'll not pre-cook the pepperoni. I'll cook the thick cut pepper bacon first, and I'm going to use mozzarella cheese and pizza cheese. I'm going to make the sauce from crushed tomatoes, canned crushed tomatoes, with Italian diced tomatoes and plenty of seasoning, including Italian seasoning. See you back in a few more steps. Well, I'm making progress. I've got the dough in my crock pot stoneware. I've diced up the onions, green peppers, and sliced the mushrooms. I've sauteed the sirloin beef, ground beef, sweet pepper, sweet Italian pepper, and mild Italian pepper. And I have broiled the bacon, the peppered bacon, thick cut. I'm about to make the sauce using the tomato, crushed tomatoes, and the diced tomatoes. And I neglected to show the Parmesan and Romano cheese before that I'm going to use. I'm using red pepper, powder, and Italian seasoning, and I cook the meat with some steak grill thyme seasoning. Once I get the sauce made, it's time to put the pizza together. Check back you in a few minutes. Here's some libations to drink during the preparation of the pizza. Oh, no, after the preparation of the pizza. The limeritas are great, as well as the beer. And for those who don't want alcohol, we have some seasonal apple cider, Honey Crisp, a new innovation. The sauce is ready, so it's time to put the pizza together. As I mentioned before, I put the crushed tomatoes with the diced tomatoes, and I added some of the Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and of course a tablespoon of sugar. Brought it to a boil, let it simmer for a bit. Now it's ready to use. Well, let's put this all together now. This is the first time I'm making this recipe in my casserole crock pot, so I hope it goes well. We're going to start with plenty of the cheese. Start with the pizza cheese. You might say, well, why is your pizza dough up so high on the sides? I just want to start with it high up, and then I'll make hopefully a pretty edge once everything is installed into it, because of course the cover has to go on, and part of it fits into the edge of the stoneware. So got some pizza cheese and some mozzarella cheese. Let's put some 100% Parmesan and Romano cheese also. Not too much, just enough to taste. So, all right, let's get some of these lovely meats in. I need to get a spoon. Be right back with you. Got my spoon. So let me spoon in some of this lovely ground meat into the pizza. This is the sirloin, ground beef, sweet Italian pepper sausage, and mild Italian pepper sausage. I think I'll try to get it all into one layer. Oh, and I can't forget the pepperoni. Something's telling me I'm going to forget the pepperoni. Alrighty. We've got the ground meat in now. And let's put the bacon in. Hope I have some left. It's always nice to have something to snack on while you're waiting. So I think I'll have some bacon to snack on. Ready? Let's put in some of the onions. Don't need to use it all. Just enough till where it looks like the seasoning will be right for the taste that you're trying to achieve. Some green peppers. Some mushrooms. Lovely mushrooms just sliced up. And last but not least, the pepperoni. Didn't open it beforehand. Of course it'll be difficult to open. Be right back with you when I get it open. So to recap, I've got the pizza cheese, the mozzarella cheese, the ground meats that were sauteed, the bacon, the onions, green peppers, and now the pepperoni. Let's add the sauce and a final layer of cheese to top it off. When we order pizza in this house, we generally order, meat lovers, with extra cheese. So this deep dish pizza is definitely intended to be a meat lover's deep dish pizza with extra cheese. So let's see how it comes out. Sauce is going on nicely. I think there'll be enough. Yeah. This was 1 can of the tomatoes, 1 large can of the tomatoes, and 1 large can of the crushed tomatoes, and 1 small can of the diced tomatoes. Yeah, I think that worked out. There's a little bit left. Put that with some pasta. So, now, let's add a little more cheese. I think I want to go with the mozzarella. The thing I like about this stoneware is that if your recipe needs browning, you can take the stoneware out of the crock and put it in the oven for browning. Although the last recipe I made, it browned up really nicely on the edges. So, this is our deep dish pizza. We're going to put the cover on and let it simmer in the slow cooker on high for 2 hours. See you back then. This is a before I just wanted to make sure you saw it. And I'll check on it in 2 hours. Hopefully it will be ready. It's so deep it might need more time. But let's wait the wait and see what happens. Here's a doneness check at 2.5 hours. Not quite. I think I've got at least another hour to go. The recipe I was looking at was for a thinner deep dish. So I think at least another hour, and then I'll have to brown the crust under the broiler. So let's wait the hour and see what happens. YouTube, I think the pizza is finally ready. All in all, it cooked at 4.5 hours on high, and I put it in the oven under the broiler to brown up the crust for about 20 minutes. I think it could have used a bit longer, but I was afraid I would forget about it and let it burn. So let's see what we've got. Oh, and I wanted to mention, before I started putting everything together, I oiled the crock pot with canola oil. So, hope this isn't a fail. You're seeing it here live. First try with this recipe. All right, see if we can get it out of the pan. Let's see. Oh, well, I need to cut it a little bit more. My husband told me to use the cutter, the pizza cutter. I told him, I said, it's not deep enough. Sometimes I guess we should listen. If he watches this video, I'll never hear the end of it. I just admitted he was right. Anyway, let's see if this will work. Woo! All right, I think we got a nice slice. How about that? He's been telling me it's been smelling great too. So I think everyone in this house is ready for a slice. Try this recipe. I'm sure it tastes as good as it smells. And I think it could look a little better, but that's all right too. We'll sprinkle some Parmesan, get our favorite libations, and enjoy. When you try the recipe, I hope you enjoy too.